Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. We are on part 2 of our tips on how to unlock the next island, how to make money and be successful. I broke this into actually 3 videos. There is another video after this where I show you guys how to get the combat infamy up, and we do a little experiment in the next video, and I hope you enjoy. So here is the island rating. You see the dinosaur rating and the facility rating. The dinosaur rating, you do have to have quite a few dinosaurs, and the best way to get that rating up is to look at the modifications, and I'll show you that here in just a second. Facilities, I actually had an injury, but apparently the guy didn't have any relatives that really cared that he got eaten because they didn't sue me. Because they can sue you, and it costs quite a bit of money. And then just get as many drink and shops as you can. Spread them out all over the park next to the viewing areas. That is where the people like to see them. Transportation in this island you really can't do much about. It says 38, but I have no transportation because I don't have access to it. There are a couple ways you can make quite a bit of money right up front and quickly. The best way to do that is to go into, for PS4, it's this top menu. Go down here to contracts. They will pop up on their own, but if you don't want to wait for that, go in here, do new contract, and choose one of these. I spread them out over the 3, just so it would so they wouldn't retaliate. And when you look at them,
I want to take this contract, which means you want to take it too, correct?
Yes, correct. But see, the cash reward for this is $150, and most of them are fairly easy to accomplish. There are some that pop up, I will warn you. You have to wait a minute in between. Some will pop up that will actually not be achievable. One that pops up is they want a 3 rating for power, I believe it is, if I'm not mistaken. An upgrade 3. And that's the fossil center. I'm in the wrong place. What am I doing? Okay, sorry, I'm not quite awake yet. Yeah, it's this one. They want a 3, and that doesn't unlock for quite a while. I'm not even sure exactly how you get that upgrade, but I'm sure it doesn't come quickly. So when that pops up, just ignore it, cancel it, whatever, move on to something else.
When things go wrong, who do they turn to first? You
okay,
guessed
here's
it. So consider this contract part of us always being ready.
Okay, yeah, I don't like to talk over them, but here's an example of that. That was perfect timing. This popped up. It wants you to get 60% of a Dracorex genome. We don't have access to that dinosaur yet. That's probably down the road, so there's no sense in taking this contract right now. So just decline it and find one that is doable. And so far those are the only 2 that I've seen pop up that are not doable, is the upgrade and asking for a genome on a dinosaur that we don't have access to yet. So if you see here on this first island, you only have these. These are very limited. I don't even know where that one is. I haven't even looked. It's probably further down the road here. And you can't search for it either on the map because it doesn't exist yet. These are the only ones that we have on this island right now. Most of you already know this. If you're playing on a PS4, there is a shortcut to get to the transport. It is L1. Just go down here, pick up,
Heading to pick up the asset.
Mr. Dead Guy here. And the other shortcut for the Rangers is R1, and that'll get your Rangers. Now what I'm doing I have already beaten this island. I've gotten all 4 or 5 stars, I'm sorry.
Responding to resupply request.
But I wanted to come
Adding
back here and
task.
show you the hints, just so we would have some buildings in here that I could actually show you. Okay, the other tip I wanted to show you guys is in the beginning, don't be in, I think I said this in the first video, and thank you so much for your support on that video. It did really well. You guys seem to like it, so that's why I'm doing this one. See, I'm making quite a bit of money, $454,000 a minute. That would, how would you like that in your paycheck? That would be awesome. Anyway, so one of the other ways to make money is the more dinosaurs you have, the better. And right now, a couple of mine have died off since I've left this island. I've gone ahead and just started the other island, the next one. I do have access to the sandbox now. The way you get that is you have to have 4 stars on this island. And I have not been there yet to check it out. But as you can see, I have 3 in this pen. You can actually go 4. This one usually has 3 or 4 of the Triceratops, and this little guy, he's all by himself right now. And like I said, before I left this island, a couple of mine had died off, and I didn't replace them because I was really close to hitting the 5-star mark. I usually have at least 2 of the carnivores in both of these pens. The bigger pen, this guy over here, it's a little bit smaller pen, so he really doesn't like a whole lot of. They're not real sociable. They don't like company. Over here, you can fit quite a few. I usually have 2 or 3 of the Edmontosauruses, and these little guys. You can fit quite a few of them in that pen. These guys are really cheap, so get a bunch of those right off the bat. And then these little dudes, I usually have at least 3 in each pen, so there's 3 in there. But what I wanted to show you is the more dinosaurs you have, the more money you make per minute. And the other thing, which is, I have deactivated this for, oh, that's a good point. I can show you that right now too. Power is a big issue. I'll come back to the dinosaurs here in just a minute, but while I'm thinking about it, power is a big issue. And you have to upgrade your stations really quickly, and you have to put a lot of them in, and they cost a lot of money. So stay small in the beginning. Get the cash flowing before you start making all the expensive dinosaurs. Because the smaller ones will bring you in some money. Right now I have quite a few power stations. But what you want to do is upgrade them, of course, first. Improved output and upkeep. I haven't been able to unlock the second one yet, not sure. But what you can do in your buildings, in the very beginning, you will run short on cash. You're not using the buildings all at the same time. So for instance, if you're not using research, if you go into this tab here, turn it off. This one is already off, so you can activate it, and you can deactivate it, which will save your power grid. Same thing with if you're not looking for fossils at the moment, turn it off. Any of these buildings here right now, I didn't need the storm protection on this island, but it was a contract, so I went ahead and put it in. I had the money, but I don't really need it, so I turned them off in order to put in these buildings over here, which I got when you're very close to level 5. You get some new buildings. You get this, depending on what contracts you do. I met the security challenge, so I got this building, and I met the science contract challenge, so I got this building, and then this was entertainment, which this is a gorgeous building, by the way. Isn't it awesome? It is awesome. I just love this building. Look at the little fountains and little plants. That is so cool. Anyway, good job, Frontier. So yeah, whatever buildings you're not using at the moment, turn them off. The ones I usually don't turn off, of course, are the hotels, the drink shops, and the ranger station and the ACU station, because if you have an emergency or need to pick up a dead dino, you want to have access to those fairly quickly. But they do take a lot of power, so those are the ones you can turn off. If you're not making a dinosaur right now, turn it off. Like when this guy is out looking for fossils, turn this guy off. Once you have as many dinosaurs as you can handle for the moment, just turn it off, and that will save on your power, and you can just rotate the grid where you need it. And also, what I have discovered, I try to spread them out. This one's over here, and I put in shelters. I haven't used them yet, and I think I might have mentioned this in the last video if you watched that one. The shelters, don't turn them on unless you absolutely have to. And on this particular island, storms are not really an issue. I did that for a contract. Wasn't really necessary. And then turn them off immediately. And you can also, you can turn them all on at the same time, open all shelters, and you can close them all at the same time. And those don't take any power, which is very nice. Okay, so getting back to the fossils, if you look at your requirements, your island rating, you have a dinosaur rating and you have a facility rating, and those two, like say I'm missing a few dinosaurs, so my 5 stars have dropped to just below 5. If you look at the I can't even say that word today, I don't know why. That's your genome. You want to get those. Mine are at 100%, all of them right now. You want to get that as high as possible. Modifications is the next one. The fastest way to get money is when you hatch a dinosaur, and some of the smaller ones, see, I've got them all up to 100% now. We need some of these guys. Is modify the genome. People like that. Okay, so if you look down under the where it says modified, you have all these statistics. You have attack, defense, lifespan, resilience, all that. Viability is whether it's going to successfully incubate or not. 94 is pretty high. And then you have a rating. That's the rating that you need to get up in order to bring the stars up in your park. So see, if you do this one, if you change his color, her color, they're all hers, forget that, it lowers the viability, but the rating goes up to 51. And on the left here, you see in the white, you can see how many points. It's -5. So that's not horrible if you're trying to get that rating up. -5, since it's still 89%, is still pretty high. And then at the top, if you scroll across the top, you can just do that one, or you can actually see, if you do this this one, that drops a lot of them. That drops the rating. So I personally didn't do any of the ones that dropped the rating, because if you're trying to get your rating up, why would you do that? So I only chose the ones that increase the rating, and that's how I got the 5 stars. So we're short on these guys, so we're going to go ahead and incubate one of those. These little guys are cheap. Actually, he's modified already, so that's why he's 44,000. I believe I have, yeah, he's only a 12, but let's see if we do this. Nope, that low, yeah, that lowers it, so we don't want to do that. Turn him into a shark. That makes his resilience go up, but it shortens his lifespan, so we don't really want to do that. That drops his lifespan, but does the viability, so not a big deal there. Yeah, that drops the rating. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do any of those. So all these, that changes his lifespan, but it makes his viability drop, and it doesn't change the rating at all.
Your rep is buying you cred with everyone in entertainment, including me.
Okay, thanks there. Okay, so some of these, the more you modify them, especially when you get up into the higher dinosaurs here, can get pretty expensive. On the carnivores, you're talking big bucks. I mean, this is almost $1 million because he's modified. And let's see, yeah, see, that drops the rating quite a bit. We don't want to do that. That drops his attack, but only, you know, not very much. So, and it increases his defense. Doesn't do anything for the park rating, but his park rating is already pretty high. So, let's see if there's anything else we can get. No, that lowers it. Yeah, these all pretty much lower it. Yeah, that lowers everything, so we don't want to do that. So we're just going to go with a regular one on him because we're short on him too. So as you can see, I've been playing this park for I'd say probably at least 2.5 days, quite a bit. So I've got several hours into it. But I have $136 million. I've already moved on to the next part.
A contract like this should be no sweat whatsoever.
So guys, I'm going to end this video here. I appreciate you watching. I hope these tips and tricks are helping you in the game, get you your next goal. In the next video, I will be doing an experiment on the combat infamy. And I will show you exactly what that means and how to achieve a higher number on that. It does affect your park rating, and it'll help you reach that next goal. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you did find this video useful, please smack the like button for me. I do appreciate it, and it helps me know that you want to see more videos like this. We'll hope to catch you in the next one. Thanks, and take care.